And welcome to your favorite program, Daily Crypto Market Updates on CNETv, where we talk about everything concerning blockchain, cryptocurrency, fintech. So how coins that are actually topping the list, the coins that are making waves, making wins, making beats, and also the coins that blockchain, cryptocurrency, fintech. Before we take start, welcome back to where you get the happenings of and CoinGecko here says global cryptocurrency market is often back for $8 billion, the same price yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, as almost the same price yesterday. And in the last 24 hours, the market has experienced 2.7% change in the last 24 hours. The market has experienced 2.7%. And the trading volume in the last 24 hours is $139 million. That's what has been traded in the last 24 hours, according to CoinGecko, all around the world. The amount of cryptocurrency that has been traded in the last 24 hours is $139 million. Moving on to the dominance of the total market cap, Bitcoin is dominating at 39.7%. 39.7% by what Bitcoin is dominating. And the next coin dominating is also Ethereum, and it's dominating at 18.7%. So Bitcoin dominance is 39.7% and Ethereum dominance is 18.7%. CoinGecko is still tracking 9,349 cryptocurrency at the moment, still about the same number yesterday, the same figure yesterday. So it's 9,349 cryptocurrency at the moment. Now let's move on to the coins that are topping the list, the most popular coins, the most used coins, the most purchased coins, the most known coins, and the likes, coins that are actually making great waves in the cryptocurrency. The first coin we have here is Bitcoin. That's the first coin we have here, Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin is 47,809. Now let's move on to $47,894. That's the price we have here, and the percentage change is 0.2%. 0.2%. That's the percentage change in the last 24 hours. 0.2%. Now in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin has sold for as low as $47,336. That's how low it has sold. $47,336. That's how low it has sold in the last 24 hours. And it has sold for as high as $47,575. That's how high it has sold in the last 24 hours. 48,575. Now this is how low it has sold. $47,336. That's how low it has sold in the last 24 hours. And it has sold for as high as $47,500. As I'm done in the ecosystem, that before the end of 2021, Bitcoin is going to get to $100,000. So we already have faith and we believe that it's going to be possible. But right now, the price is really now not looking encouraging. But we know and we believe that before the period has been speculated, the Bitcoin price will definitely skyrocket to where it should be. Now, moving on from Bitcoin, the second coin we have here is Ethereum. That's the second coin we have here, and the price for Ethereum is $3,590. $3,590. That's the price. Right now, we have here $3,590. The percentage change in the last 24 hours is 4.4%. Personally, I'm always excited when it's green, no red. 4.4% change in the last 24 hours. Now, in the last 24 hours, Ethereum has sold for as low as $3,411. That's how low it has sold in the last 24 hours. $3,411 in the last 24 hours, and it has sold for as high as $3,675. That's how high it has sold in the last 24 hours. 4.4%. Now, moving on from Ethereum, which is the second coin, the third coin we have here is Cardano. Cardano is the third coin we have here. $3,411. And the price for Cardano is $2.47. That's the price for Cardano, $2.47. The percentage is 2.5%. That's the percentage change in the last 24 hours. The current price is $2.47. Now, in the last 24 hours, Cardano has sold for as low as $2.39, and it has sold for as high as $2.58. That's how high it has sold in the last 24 hours. Now, moving on from Cardano, the fourth coin is still Tether. That's a stable coin. So we're going to move past the fourth coin to the fifth coin, which is Binance coin. So we're going to be looking at Binance coin now. And the price for Binance coin is $425. That's the price for Binance coin, $425. And I'm seeing a red, it breaks my heart, for the percentage change in the last 24 hours for Binance is minus 0.3%. So it's on the losing side, minus 0.3%. Now, in the last 24 hours, Binance has sold for as low as $422. That's how low it has sold. It has sold for as high as 437%. That's how high it has sold in the last 24 hours. Now, moving on from Binance, the fifth coin we're going to be looking at, which is actually the sixth coin, is SRP. We're going to be looking at SRP now. And the price for SRP is $1.11. That's the price for SRP, $1.11. The percentage change in the last 24 hours is 1.0%. That's the percentage change in the last 24 hours. Now, in the last 24 hours, SRP has sold for as low as $1. That's how low it has sold, and it has sold for as high as $1.13. That's how high it has sold in the last 24 hours. So we've looked at the coins that are actually topping the list according to CoinGecko, the most popular coins, the trending coins, the coins that are actually doing well in the cryptocurrency market, that are taking dominance, and the likes. Now we'll go on a very short break. When we come back, we're going to be looking at the large movers, the market side that is winning, side that are actually losing, and the likes. That's what we're going to look at when we come back. So don't go anywhere, stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching Daily Crypto Market Update. On a lighter note, you just have to smile in the studio and all of that. So welcome back. Thank you for joining us once again. Now we've looked at the trending coins, we've looked at the popular coins, we've looked at those coins that are making headways in the cryptocurrency market and cryptocurrency space. Now we're moving on to the top gainers and the top losers, the winning side and the losing side. Well, of course, we're going to be looking at the winning side first before looking at the losing side. So we're looking at 5 top gainers from the list of coins that have been placed here by CoinGecko. We're just going to pick 5 top gainers and then we'll move to the top losers and also pick 5 coins. Now the first coin we have here is Gravy Token. Gravy Token was also on this side yesterday. So good one. This is a good one for Gravy Token. So it's also on this side, on the winning side yesterday, and today is still on the winning side. Now Gravy Token with the ticker GRV, the volume for Gravy Token is $6,410,000. That's the volume, and the price is way below a cent. That's gained 884.9% in the last 24 hours. That's percentage change in the last 24 hours. The second top gainer is WADZPay token. WADZPay token, and the ticker is WTK. WTK is the ticker, WADZPay token. The volume is $1,258,000. That's the volume, $1,258,000, and the price is 0.15 cents. That's the price for WTK, and the percentage change is 353.4%. That's the percentage change in the last 24 hours. The third coin here on the top gainer list is XMON, the ticker XMON. That's the third top gainer. The volume is $22,000. $6,222,000. That's the volume, and the price is $5,578. That's the price for this token. $5,578. Now, in the last 24 hours, that's experienced 317.1% change in the last 24 hours. The fourth top gainer is GM Holding with the ticker GM. The volume is $62,469. That's the volume. And the price is 0.01 cent. That's the price. The percentage change is 303.7%. The fifth top gainer is Conjure with the ticker CNJ. Conjure with the ticker CNJ. The volume is $114,787. That's the market volume, and the price is 0.19 cents. In the last 24 hours, it has gained 274.0 cents. So we have other coins. We have Peacock, Tango, and the likes. So the first 5 coin on the top gainer list is Gravy Token, WaziPay Token, Xmon, GM Holding, and Conjure. Now moving on from the winning side, let's move on to the losing side, the bleeding side, the top losers, those people that are actually experiencing downside in the cryptocurrency market at the moment. The first coin we have here, the first top loser is Arctic Finance. Arctic Finance, that's the first top loser we have here, and the ticker is Aurora. That's the ticker for Arctic Finance. The volume is $493,888. That's the market volume, and the price for this coin is $35.86. That's the price for this token, $35.86. Now, in the last 24 hours, they experienced a percentage change of minus 67.1%. That's the change in the last 24 hours. The second top loser is Augury Finance with the ticker Omen. Augury Finance with the ticker Omen. The price is 0.05 cents. The market volume is $790,998. That's the volume. And the percentage change is minus 64.2%. The third top gainer is Pamta. That's the third top loser. I beg your pardon. Pamta is third top loser, and the ticker is Pamta. The market volume is $337,810. That's the volume, and the price is way below a cent. The percentage change is minus 49.9%. The fourth coin on the top loser list is Abby Dodge. That's the fourth coin, Abby Dodge with the ticker A Dodge. The volume is $388,260, and the price is way below a cent. Now, in the last 24 hours, Abby Dodge has experienced a change of minus 41.7%. That's the percentage change it has experienced in the last 24 hours. Now, looking at the last coin, the fourth coin on the top loser list, the last coin, we're taking top 5. The last coin here is YSLIO, YSL.io with the ticker SYSL. That's the ticker for YSL.io. The volume is $88,634, and the price is $12. That's the price for YSLIO, $12. Now, in the last 24 hours, YSLIO has experienced minus 38.4% change. That's what it has experienced in the last 24 hours. Minus 38.4% change in the last 24 hours. That's what it has experienced. So that's all we can take today on the crypto market update. That's all we can take today. We've gone through the winning side and the losing side, and also the coins that are dominating, the coins that are most popular, the trending coins, and their prices, variance, and all of that. Thank you so much for joining us. By 12 p.m. West African time, we're going to be having top of the hour, which is a few minutes from now, so you can just stay tuned. Join us soon and shortly. Thank you once again for joining us. I am Maria Oga. Do enjoy the rest of the day. Gone through the winning side and the losing side.
day and welcome to CNETv News from Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Emmanuel Ogundele. Our top stories. Class says 47% of South Africans hold crypto. As Standard Bank and Amazon announces expansion of relationships. The news shortly. Now the news in detail. Cloud Markets Research Company located in Johannesburg, South Africa, which is a data specialist firm, says some 47% of South Africans adult are holders of cryptocurrency, with the majority of the number holding low-value investments. In addition, the study shows that 36% plan to invest in crypto in the nearest future. Though the Cloud Finance report that 47% of South Africans are holders, quoting Cloud Tessa Nowu Senate, who explained that the value of crypto assets held is still very low. According to the findings, 25% of respondents that hold cryptocurrency have between $7 and $70 invested in digital assets. Therefore, said only 3% of the respondents said they own digital currencies whose value is excess up to $3,400 still. However, despite having a significant number of people that hold cryptocurrencies, a majority of South Africans, 53%, are not crypto holders, the study revealed. Moving on now, Nokia, one of the biggest makers of phones, has signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the African Telecommunications Union ATU to drive digital transformation and the knowledge economy for socio-economic development across the Black continent. This means that the two parties will leverage the power of telecommunications, including 5G networks, to connect and unconnected and identify innovative use cases as well as business models in the continent. In addition, the MOU will lay ground for both organizations to better help governments shape telecom policy, develop talent, and promote inclusion and diversity. The MOU was signed in Nairobi, Kenya by John Omo, Secretary General at TU, and Rajiv Agrawal, Nokia representatives, and heads of Central, East, and West African units of the phone Nokia. Meanwhile, announcing the partnership, Rajiv Agrawal, head of Central, East, and West Africa market unit of Nokia, said the company remains keen on supporting Africa's digital transformation journey as a whole. Ahead of the much anticipated Singularity U South African Summit 2021, the organizers Atul Todi, co-founder and business chief, as well as Mayak Chaudhry, co-founder and produce chief, has announced the launch of learning journeys for this year's event, scheduled to take place from 12 to 15 October 2021 via online. The summit aims to empower South Africans and Africans as a whole with the latest insights from over 200 of the world's leading local and international speakers regarding exponential technologies and innovation across a number of fields. It added that the full program is available for ticket holders to select which keynotes, panel discussions, and workshops they would like to attend at the event. Meanwhile, speakers at the Singularity U South African Summit will share the latest insight on topics such as leadership and investment, artificial intelligence, crypto and blockchain, biotechnology, future of banking, scaling, ESG, 5G, cybersecurity, amongst others. However, the newly introduced learning journeys enable summit attendees to build personal agenda for summit week by filtering by day, stage, theme, and topics of interest at the online summit. Meanwhile, you're watching news from CNETv. We will go on a break now. When we return, Standard Bank and Amazon announces expansion of relationships. Please join us again. Welcome back now to the rest of the bulletin. Standard Bank and Amazon Web Services AWS has announced an expansion of their strategic relationship to drive the growth of Africa through digital infrastructure, digital ecosystems, and future-ready solutions that empower our customers and partners. According to a statement released by the South African lender, this means that Standard Bank will collaborate with AWS to jointly build African Innovation Lab, an incubator and accelerator of large-scale innovation projects and new business models. It will be recalled that Standard Bank had selected AWS in 2019 as its preferred cloud provider to migrate production workloads, including its customer-facing platforms and strategic core banking applications, to the cloud. Standard Bank Group continues to use AWS services, including data analytics and machine learning, to automate financial operations and enhance existing applications and develop new and more personalized banking and investment experiences. In its reaction, Standard Bank Group CEO Sim Shabalala said innovation is one of the key pillars supporting Standard Bank's strategy of transforming from a traditional financial service company into a digital platform company, adding that the speed and scale of continuous innovation enabled by the collaboration with AWS allow her to develop new services using the latest technologies available in the world. Now moving on now, Kenya is set to host the second annual Africa Digital Finance Summit ADFS on 22nd to 24th February 2022. The three-day event themed The Future of Finance in Africa, a pathway to financial freedom, will incorporate a thought leadership conference featuring government and central banks across the African continent. Furthermore, prominent executives representing global fintech operators, startups, professionals and decision makers across the world in the financial, economic, technology, fintech and blockchain industry will be available for the summit. In a speech, Mary Njoki, organizer and CEO of Glasshouse PR, said the Africa Digital Finance Summit 2022 will provide Africa with an opportunity to leapfrog the mistakes of the West by reimagining entire systems of production, financial service and governance. Also reacting ahead of the summit is Dr. Olufunsho, Regional Principal Officer, Africa Development Bank ADB, who in his opinion said it was a great honor for him to speak during ADFS Summit in 2021, maintaining that he looks forward to a great conversation in 2022. Meanwhile, coming on the backdrop of the Free Trade Agreement in Africa, the annual summit will spearhead the conversation of redefining value exchange for Africans and encouraging them to leverage on digital and decentralized financing DeFi. To conclude the news, Paxful is on point here. Peer-to-peer cryptocurrency exchange Paxful has announced that it successfully integrated Lightning Network into its platform. This means that 7 million of its users now enjoy instant Bitcoin transfers at the moment. Paxful co-founder and CEO Ray Youssef described Bitcoin as the best financial option, but acknowledged that scalability issues could be hindering adoption of the Lightning. He added that Lightning Network is Bitcoin's greatest chance of achieving the scalability needed to make microtransactions a reality. Meanwhile, the Lightning Network is an innovation created in order to scale up the transaction capability of the Bitcoin blockchain. However, data from Blockchain Council reveals that the blockchain an average confirmation time for a BTC payment is approximately 10 minutes, and it can process a maximum of 7 transactions per second when compared to other emerging blockchains in the world. And that's news from Paxful concludes CNETv News. But before we go, a quick recap of our top stories. CLA, a market research company located in Johannesburg, South Africa, which is a data specialist firm, said some 47% of South Africans adult are holders of cryptocurrency, with the majority of this number holding low-value investments. And finally, you heard that Standard Bank and Amazon Web Services (AWS) encourage an expansion of their strategic relationship to drive the growth of Africa through digital infrastructure, digital ecosystems, and future-ready solutions that empower our customers and our partners. Meanwhile, for more amazing content from this platform, you can download our TV station from your Google Play Store or your iOS. It is CNETv. And of course, our Instagram, our Twitter, and Facebook is at capital letter CNETv1. That's what you can take on this platform, and thanks for watching. At 2 p.m., we'll be having Crypto Daily. It promises to be very interesting. My name is Emmanuel. Enjoy the rest of the day, and bye for now.
CNETv is the first and leading 24/7 live broadcasting blockchain, cryptocurrency, and FinTech TV application. On our mobile app, you have access to our latest news updates ranging from esports, fintech, iGaming, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence. We bring to you interviews, analyses, cryptocurrencies, market reviews, and live events. Download our app today from your iOS or Google Play Store or on our website at cnetv.io. CNETv, objectivity is our watchword.
financial services.
CNETv, the first and leading 24/7 live broadcasting blockchain, cryptocurrency, and FinTech TV application. On our mobile app, you have access to our latest news updates ranging from esports, fintech, iGaming, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence. We bring to you interviews, analyses, cryptocurrencies, market reviews, and live events. Download the app today from your iOS or Google Play Store or on our website at CNETv.io. CNETv, objectivity is our watchword. CNETv, the first and leading 24/7 live broadcasting blockchain, cryptocurrency, and fintech.
It's a beautiful Thursday morning, and I'd like to welcome you to the first episode of many series of our banking and blockchain program. My name is Olubumi, and I'll be your host. This series is proudly brought to you by CNETv, and we'll be having it every Thursday, 1 p.m. Nigerian time. Banking has experienced significant growth and development over the last few decades. We'll be looking at a lot of topics, and we'll be bringing in experts from all around the world to discuss how blockchain can be applied to banking, use cases that can be used for blockchain in banking. Now, first, blockchain is not a cryptocurrency. Blockchain and Bitcoin are two different things. Blockchain is a technology. Bitcoin or every other cryptocurrencies are currencies. These currencies are built on blockchain technology.
Today we are going to be discussing more. We are going to be delving more into financial services. Why is blockchain not mainstream in Africa? Why are financial services companies and banks in Africa not using blockchain as much as we've spoken about the applications and the use cases? And here I have a very amazing person. When you hear about BTC King, that is the man, that's D. Duncan. But generally, what do you think the challenges are? Because it's expected that such a technology that carries such power and can give us such a huge solution to a lot of our problems is not mainstream yet, like it's not being used. So what are the challenges that you see to it being mainstream?
Remove the fear, right? Lean into the technology from an understanding component. Really take time to sink your teeth, sink your mind and your spirit into it to understand, okay, how can blockchain technology help my local citizens in my banking community, in my city, in my town, in my state, and in my country? These are questions that we should ask.
Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of the program Banks and Blockchain. My name is Olubumi, your usual host. It's another beautiful Thursday and I'm so glad to be here. We've gone on a break for a couple of weeks due to unforeseen circumstances, and I must apologize for that. However, I'm glad to inform you that we are back and we are better and we are greater. What we do is serve you the best in terms of information and knowledge about blockchain technology and its application and its use by financial institutions and financial services providers. We'll go on a very quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to treat a very, very juicy subject, a hot one, because you know that that's all we do here. We treat hot subjects, we dissect them, and we give you information and knowledge about them. When we come back from this quick break, I'm going to delve directly into the subject, and we'll be back. Thank you. Please hold on. Welcome back, viewers. If you are just joining me, my name is Olubumi Fabawo, and this is Banks and Blockchain, proudly brought to you by CNETv. This is a program where we give you information, the best of knowledge, the best of information as regards blockchain technology, its applications when it comes to financial services providers and financial institutions. And today we have chosen a very, very interesting subject, which is the e-Naira. Now, today we'll be discussing everything that you need to know about the e-Naira. Although this might spill into other episodes because it is very verbose, the subject, as you know, and it is very hot at the moment. So we'll be treating as much as we can today, and we'll be taking as many questions as we can, because I know that there are a lot of people, people keep asking questions online. How will this work? What is the plan for this? What are the features? So today we are just going to give you a very, very quick insight, a summarized one, yet detailed one into the e-Naira. Our subject today is all you need to know about the e-Naira. And once again, my name is Olubumi Fabawo, and I'll be serving you today. You know that in February of this year, the Nigerian government sent a memo to all financial institutions not to deal in anything that has to do with cryptocurrency, that is our Bitcoin and every other type of cryptocurrency, all the types of crypto. But it was surprising when we got announcement, when we heard that the CBN was planning on launching a digital currency, which is the Project Giant. That's the name of the project for the CBDC. And we had been treating the topic central bank digital currencies in anticipation of the announcement by the central bank. And we've seen so much into that in the last few weeks. The last 2-3 weeks, the CBN has already announced a technical partner. They've already sent memos to all the financial institutions that will be involved. They've talked about how the e-Naira is going to be launched, the features and everything, and all of this we are going to be treating today. So very quickly, what exactly is the e-Naira? What is this digital currency? What do we mean? So I'll be going through a few topics, a few subjects. I've already outlined them, and I'm sure that you can see on your screen what the outline for today is going to be. We are going to be treating CBDCs. We'll just have a very short introduction into what CBDCs are. We'll go into what is e-Naira, what exactly is e-Naira, how does the e-naira work, and we'll also be treating the value, because a lot of people have been asking questions about it. What is it going to go up and down? Is it going to be like this? Is it going to be like that? That and many more we are going to delve into today. So what exactly are central bank digital currencies? As we have treated before, central bank digital currencies are simply government issued digital currencies. These are currencies that are issued by a government. So it is more of a centralized thing. And usually most of these currencies are built on distributed ledger technology, which we also know as blockchain in most cases. So this is an example of a stable coin. That is what a digital currency, a central bank digital currency is. It's just like bringing Bitcoin, say for example the BTC, and having it backed by a country's treasury so that the prices don't fluctuate as they do now. Now, BTC and other cryptocurrencies, on the other hand, are decentralized. So there is no central body that is mining BTC, that is giving BTC, that is issuing BTC, or is regulating the prices. So that is the difference between what we have as the CBDC and what we have as other cryptocurrencies. And where there might be a bit of similarities between CBDCs and cryptocurrencies, which is one of the features that brings both together. One of the similarities is that they both run on blockchain, that is distributed ledger technology. But CBDCs are not cryptocurrencies.
CNETv, the first and leading 24/7 live broadcasting blockchain, cryptocurrency, and FinTech TV application. On our mobile app, you have access to our latest news updates ranging from esports, fintech, iGaming, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence. We bring to you interviews, analyses, cryptocurrencies, market reviews, and live events. Download our app today from your iOS or Google Play Store or on our website at CNETv.io. CNETv, objectivity is our watchword. CNETv, the first and leading 24/7 live broadcasting blockchain, cryptocurrency, and FinTech TV application. On our mobile app, you have access to our latest news updates ranging from esports, fintech, iGaming, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence. We bring to you interviews, analyses, cryptocurrencies, market reviews, and live events. Download our app today from your iOS or Google Play Store or on our website at CNETv.io. CNETv, objectivity is our watchword.
Welcome back, viewers. We are currently talking about the e-naira and the features. We've already started speaking about the CBDCs. E-naira is a CBDC, is a central bank digital currency. So first, I think it's very important for us to just have a very quick introduction to what CBDCs are. And we've already done a differentiation between CBDCs and cryptocurrency. Both may be built on distributed ledger technology, but a CBDC, central bank digital currency, is not a cryptocurrency in that it is backed by a country's treasury. That's the currency, the fiat. It is backed by the fiat currency of a country. For example, the e-naira is backed by the treasury of, that's everything that we have in the naira as regards being a treasury, our country's treasury, maybe foreign exchange, or in the country's currency. So that's the major difference between the CBDC and cryptocurrencies. And while we may currently transact digitally with the naira, the e-naira does not need to be supported by physical cash. Now we are going directly into the e-naira. So you have your regular naira in digital, that may be digital right now. So you do not necessarily need the cash. That is, if you have, for example, you have 10,000 naira in your bank account with any bank, you can decide to transfer 5,000 naira. You've not gotten the cash of 5,000 naira to give to the person. You have just done it digital. You've done a very quick digital transfer. As well, I can also decide to take out that 10,000 naira in cash from an ATM or from a vendor, a regular vendor, and get my cash and give it to whoever I want to give it to. But in the case of the e-naira, the difference between the regular naira and the e-naira is that you cannot get the e-naira in cash. So there is no cash form of the e-naira. It is awesomely digital. There is no cash form of the e-naira. You have a cash and digital form of the naira right now. However, we do not have a cash form of the e-naira. Let's proceed. What else do we have as regards it? For our next discussion on the features is that the e-naira will now function as a wallet against which customers can hold existing funds in their bank account. So it's just like having a wallet with a bank. Some of us have wallets with banks now. You know that when you move funds into your wallet from your regular bank account, you cannot access the funds in that wallet via cash. So it is either you are making payment, you can make payment for DSTV, you can make payment for whatever it is that you want to do online, any wallet to wallet transfer. So you can do that with the e-naira. So you can move funds, you can have existing funds in your wallet. So you will have a wallet as a Nigerian. You have a wallet that you can save your e-naira in. So it is going to be different from your regular bank account. So the e-naira is going to be in your wallet. And the advantage of this e-naira as regards that is that it's going to hasten financial inclusion and also allow for cheaper and faster remittance inflow. We are going to talk about the financial inclusion first, in that anybody, I do not have to have a means of identification to be able to access the e-naira. So we can go into remote places, remote villages, remote towns in the country, all over the country, and have people that will have wallets. So you can have an e-naira wallet. That means you can, your grandfather, your great-grandfather in the village can have a wallet even without having an ID card, without stepping into the bank, without opening a regular bank account. So that's how it helps us help with the challenge of financial inclusion. So we are bringing financial services to everybody, every person, every individual in the country without the need of stepping into any financial institution, maybe a bank or a brick and mortar institution that gives financial services. So people in the villages, in the center, rural areas can have access to a wallet, that's the e-nairas, and they can transact with it. So you really do not need it in cash. I do not need to present an ID for anything. However, these are in tiers which we are going to discuss. We have the tier 1, the tier 2, the tier 3, as we have with banking and financial services as it is now. And the CBN is solely going to be the issuing, the distributing, and the redeeming party for the digital currency, as well as they're also going to monitor and manage this currency. Now, we skipped where we spoke about cheaper and faster remittances. Now with the e-naira, you know, at present, what we have with the regular naira is that we have middlemen that settle transactions. So if I'm transferring from bank A to bank B, these two have different architecture that they are built on. So there has to be somebody that is settling transactions, which in Nigeria's case is the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System. That's the reason why a lot of us get to pay some charges, because there are people, there are companies in between or there are institutions and bodies in between that are settling our transaction. Also the same if you are transferring money abroad. And remember that we've already discussed blockchain technology as being one that will give us faster and cheaper means of transferring funds. So with the eNaira, I can transfer to you, I can transfer to your wallet without incurring any charge, because wallet-to-wallet transfers are free of charge. So everything is built on the same architecture. That's a distributed ledger. So it's just like moving money from bank A to bank A again. That means everybody is on the same architecture, is on the same platform. So I can easily transfer funds, that's the eNaira, can transfer 100,000 naira to anybody without incurring the 52 naira charge or any VAT or anything. And we have treated the cheaper and faster means of transferring. Now, talking about remittance inflows too, it is also similar to what we just discussed, what we just spoke about. So people can transfer money from abroad without incurring any charge, because there is no middleman to settle the transactions. And this is one of the things that has prompted the CBN to accelerate the launch of the eNaira. And the CBC in Nigeria, as we've already discussed, is going to operate on a tiered anti-money laundering and know your customer structure with different transaction limits. And we'll just quickly discuss what the limits are now. So we are going to have the tier 1, the tier 2, and the tier 3 levels for the eNaira as we currently have at present. So all these are everyone is going to have a transaction limit. You're going to have a bandwidth for money that you can have in your e-wallet. So for the sake of people that do not have means of identification, such as the national identity or anything like that, and we can recollect that there was a movement by the telecoms industry then, or the Minister of Telecom, Science and Technology, I think, Issa Pantami, and asking that everyone must link their NIN to their phone numbers. And this is one of the reasons why that movement was made. So we already know the number of people that we have that have NIN, and we know the mobile numbers that are directly linked to this. So with that, if you decide to come and say, oh, I need 50,000 naira in eNaira, all we need to do is just check, oh yes, you have an identity with us. Your picture and your information is on our database. We know exactly where you live. We know exactly where you work. So we can move these funds to your phone, to your mobile number. So you have digital cash as a Nigerian. So that is the tier 1 level. I do not need to have a BVN. I do not need to have anything like that for a start. Then my transaction limit for that is going to be 50,000 naira. So I cannot do a transfer of more than 50,000 naira in eNaira, or transfer to, or payments above 50,000 naira to anybody if I do not have my BVN linked to my account. And that is the case with a lot of people, a lot of rural people that live in the rural environment that we are trying to bring on to be financially included. They do not have access to banks or any major financial services providers to be able to have a bank verification number. So these people are included. We can have them. You do not need that to be able to do transactions with eNaira or on your eNaira wallet. And for that, the maximum you can have in that account, as the CBN has already stipulated, is 300,000 naira. So I cannot have a balance more than 300,000 naira, which is one of the anti-money laundering structures that has been built even with the current financial services guide and structure that we have at present. For the tier 2 and tier 3 limits, we have maximum transaction of 200,000 naira for being a tier 2. So for a tier 2 person, it has to do with the kind of ID that you have and the kind of KYC that has been done on you. That's the verification process for your KYC. And of course, you have to have BVN requirement. You have to have a BVN linked to your eNaira wallet to be a tier 2 or a tier 3 customer. When we come back from a very quick water break, we'll continue going into the features. We speak about more of the features. We speak about more of the advantages that this has brought to us as a country. Please stay tuned. Thank you. Welcome back, viewers. We've been talking about the e-Naira, we've been talking about the CBDC, and we've been talking about the CBN's plan to launch the e-Naira next month. In case some of us do not know, October is only a few weeks to go, and we've been preparing for it. We've announced technical partners of the e-Naira, that's the CBN has, and today we are looking at the features and how it's going to work, the structure of the e-Naira. And we were speaking about that's the anti-money laundering and the KYC structures of how the e-Naira is going to be built. So we said we have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. So what is differentiating these 3 tiers are the BVN requirements and identity, type of identity, and of course the amount that you can have in your e-Naira wallet. So for the tier 3, for the tier 2, the maximum that you can transfer at any point in time is 200,000 naira, and the maximum you can have in your account is 500,000 naira. That's the cap for a start. We know that subsequently it might change, but for a start, the CBN has already said for a tier 2 e-Naira wallet holder, you cannot transfer more than 200,000 naira. You cannot do transactions more than 200,000. So you would have the e-Naira in your wallet. The maximum you can also have in your wallet is 500,000 naira at any point in time. Then for the tier 3, which is the highest tier of customers that have e-Naira wallet account, the maximum you can do or transfer or make payments for is going to be 1 million naira, and the maximum you can have in your account is going to be 5 million naira. I have a table in the next slide that shows all of this, but I just let's just quickly go into that. The users classified as merchants will be subject also to the same 1 million naira limit. So we have a certain band of customers that are going to be called that are going to be called merchants, and the maximum amount that they will have to spend, to transfer, is 1 million naira out of the wallet. And this shows us a breakdown of all that has been discussed. So for a tier 1 customer, you do not need to have an existing banking account or bank account. All you need is for your phone number to be validated by NIN. So that means you must have had an NIN and that NIN must have been linked to your mobile number. And as we spoke before, the transfer limit is 50,000 naira at once and 300,000 naira cumulative balance limit in your wallet, e-wallet account. That's e-Naira wallet account. Then down to the tier 3 for 5 million maximum cumulative balance and 1 million naira transfer limit. With existing, you must have an existing bank account if you are going to be a tier 2 or a tier 3 customer that has an e-Naira wallet, and you must of course have a BVN linked to your e-Naira wallet. For the merchants, they do not have any cumulative balance. The merchants might be the ones that will be issuing on behalf of the CBN. So we can have people on the street, people have businesses, and they will be the ones to sell or give us the e-Naira. So I'm just going to do a very quick example. I want to have the e-Naira in my digital. I already have a wallet, e-Naira wallet, so I need 100,000. All I need to do is just go down to that man at downstairs my house, in any kiosk or anywhere that is certified by the CBN to be able to issue an e-Naira or to mint an e-Naira on behalf of the CBN. All I need to do is just probably send cash to him that I have in my regular bank account and get the equivalent in 100,000 naira digital currency. So that's just a very, very quick practical example of what we are going to have as the. So I think I have a question here on our YouTube page. I'm just going to quickly read questions before our time runs out. So I have a question from Kene John, who is asking that, do you think the e-Naira will display, I think it means displace, the Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency in Nigeria? My own opinion and what exactly is going to happen is that none of this is going to displace Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. We've given a clear disparity or a clear difference between what the CBN is trying to do with the CBDC and what cryptocurrencies have. Cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and all of them are decentralized. Nobody controls them, so they definitely will not displace. At a point in time in February, the CBN came out to say that all financial services providers must not have access, must not do any transaction that has to do with cryptocurrency, and anybody dealing with it, its account will be closed with the financial services provider. Still with that, we've had Nigeria as one of the highest users and purchasers and dealers in cryptocurrency. So I think my opinion is that the e-naira has not come to tackle the BTC or whatever cryptocurrency in Nigeria. Do you think, this is from Tari John, do you think this will take away poverty in the nation? Well, I cannot say that categorically that this is going to take away poverty in the nation, but I can tell you for a certain that it's going to help with the financial inclusion plan that we have as a country. And you know that some of all these things just have ripple effects. So for example, if a farmer deep somewhere in Taraba State has access to the e-naira, so he has funds in his account, he can easily make purchases for raw materials rather than go to somebody and take so much travel, maybe travel to the city, travel to Jalingo, the capital city that is a bit urban, to go and get someone to be able to transfer funds or transfer money to one of his vendors that he wants to buy seeds from. Say for example, we are trying to plant cassava, say for example, and he needs to purchase a ton of cassava. I do know he does not need to travel all the way because he does not have any ID card. He cannot transact regular. He cannot do regular banking. He doesn't have access to regular banking services. He needs to transfer. He needs to go travel to a very, very distant urban center to be able to do this transaction. But with the coming of the digital naira, all he needs to do is just ask for so number of funds to be transferred, and if he has cash, he can exchange it for it. So this helps with financial inclusion. And in other words, I mean, it may not translate immediately and it may not translate in an accelerated way, but I'm sure that it is going to reduce, maybe not significantly, poverty in the land. And for the example that we had given earlier of cross-border payment, this is going to help the country with foreign remittances. One of the issues that we have is the remittances that have dropped significantly in the past few months. First due to COVID, then second due to a lot of instability in the country. So we've had foreign remittances drop to a very low level in the country, and this has affected the country's currency, which is the naira, against the dollar. I'm sure that a lot of us know that the disparity is so much, and the naira is probably selling for over 500 naira now to a dollar. So this is going to assist with foreign remittances. We have a high demand for dollar and foreign currencies in the country, and we have very little supply. We know that the oil that we sell is one of the major providers of supply of FX and also foreign remittances. So with the coming of the e-naira, the digital naira is going to help foreign remittances come quicker and faster, and is also going to be cheaper. So I believe that answers the question of bringing poverty. I'm not in the government, so I cannot exactly say this, but with what we have going on, I'm sure that significantly is going to help with that. So let's look at very quickly. We've run out of time, but I think I'll just quickly touch on this one, which is a very important question that a lot of people get to ask, and it has to do with the value of the e-naira. So people ask me and say, or people ask questions and say, oh, will it fluctuate? No, it's not going to. The e-naira is just going to be a stable coin. It's going to be like the e-yuan. It's just going to be exactly like the naira, but it's going to be in digital form. So it's just like taking naira and put it in a digital, strictly digital form. So it's not going to rise and it's not going to drop like the volatile cryptocurrencies. And it's going to function in the same way as the naira does, as I said, and the distinction is that it's just going to be strictly digital. Then it's also going to be pegged to the naira. So the value of what the naira is exactly the value of what the digital currency is going to be. So I know that a lot of us are still going to ask more questions, so you can reach me on social media and you can also still drop your questions on our YouTube page. You can download the CNETv app. Put up your questions there. You can reach me via email. You can reach me best via LinkedIn and ask some of these questions. In our next episode, we are still going to talk about some of the advantages and some of the things that we believe that need to be put in place by the Central Bank of Nigeria before the launch of the digital naira. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Banks and Blockchain. I hope I've been able to impact some knowledge and clear some doubts and also answer some questions that you may have been having about this very, very interesting subject. When I see you next time on Banks and Blockchain, my name is Olubumi Fabanwo, and This program is proudly brought to you by CNETv. Please join me every week Thursday, 1 p.m. WAT. Thank you for joining me today. Have a blessed weekend and a beautiful day. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, and I'd like to welcome you to the first episode of many series of our banking and blockchain program. My name is Olubumi, and I'll be your host. This series is proudly brought to you by CNETv, and we'll be having it every Thursday, 1 p.m. Nigerian time. Banking has experienced significant growth and development over the last few decades. We'll be looking at a lot of topics, and we'll be bringing in experts from all around the world to discuss how blockchain can be applied to banking, use cases that can be used for blockchain in banking. Now, first, blockchain is not a cryptocurrency. Blockchain and Bitcoin are two different things. Blockchain is a technology. Bitcoin or every other cryptocurrencies are currencies. These currencies are built on blockchain technology.
Today we are going to be discussing more. We are going to be delving more into financial services. Why is blockchain not mainstream in Africa? Why are financial services companies and banks in Africa not using blockchain as much as we've spoken about the applications and the use cases? And here I have a very amazing person. When you hear about BTC King, that is the man, that's D. Duncan. But generally, what do you think the challenges are? Because it's expected that such a technology that carries such power and can give us such a huge solution to a lot of our problems is not mainstream yet, like it's not being used. So what are the challenges that you see to it being mainstream?
Remove the fear, right? Lean into the technology from an understanding component. Really take time to sink your teeth, sink your mind and your spirit into it to understand, okay, how can blockchain technology help my local citizens in my banking community, in my city, in my town, in my state, and in my country? These are questions that we should ask.
Ecosystem is saturated with a lot of trending stories and events, from blockchain to fintech and even cryptocurrency. However, there is the need to get viewers updated on the athletes in the ecosystem. Join us on this platform for crypto updates, Mondays to Saturdays by 2 p.m. West African time on CNETv to get analysis as regards trending stories from several media outlets, Coins Extra, Crypto Glow, and more. Crypto Daily, the program depicting the ecosystem. CNETv, the first and leading 24/7 live broadcasting blockchain, cryptocurrency, and FinTech TV application On our mobile app, you have access to our latest news updates ranging from esports, fintech, iGaming, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence. We bring to you interviews, analyses, cryptocurrencies, market reviews, and live events. Download our app today from your iOS or Google Play Store or on our website at CNETv.io. CNETv, objectivity is our watchword.